Hi, my name is Olivia Gessner, and this is my inspirational speech on the importance of speaking up and using our voice. So, have you ever stayed silent when you should have spoken up? Maybe it was in class, when a friend made a hurtful comment, or when you saw someone being treated unfairly. You felt that urge inside, that quiet voice saying that you should say something, but you didn't. Now, what if that someone else was you, and you were the person that needed to be spoken up for? As college students, we live in diverse communities full of ideas, cultures, and different opinions. Every day, we encounter situations that test our values. Moments where courage isn't just about bravery, but it's about conviction. Campuses need more people to advocate and use their voices. So today I want to share 3 things: why speaking up matters, what true courage looks like, and then finally how we can use our voices effectively and wisely for the greater good. So why speaking up matters. So in his work, Advocate for All Neighbors, communication scholar Quentin Schultz reminds us that we are called to use our voices. Speaking up isn't about being heard, it's about being responsible and intentional with our words. There's a verse in particular that really aligns with the message that I'm trying to give with speaking up and using our voices, and it's from the Bible. So this is my Bible, and the verse that I found is Proverbs 31:8, which says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves." That's not just advice, but I think it's a calling that the Lord has given us, and it challenges us to step out of our comfort zones and become advocates in moments when silence feels easier. And it's easier to just sit in the corner and not say anything, when really you should speak up. So what courage really looks like. So what is courage? Speaking up takes courage, but not the kind that the world usually celebrates. True courage isn't loud or trying to get attention. It's being steady, humble, and oftentimes it can be very uncomfortable. Another verse that I found is Joshua 1:9, which reads that, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." When Joshua faced the impossible task of leading Israel into the promised land, God didn't tell him to trust his gut, believe in himself. He told him to trust God's presence and trust what God was calling him to do. That's the heart of biblical courage. It's not about self-confidence, it's about God confidence and knowing that God has you right where he wants you. And it's shifting our focus from what we can do to who God is and what he can make us do and what he can create. So when fear rises up in us, we can just remember that our voice isn't alone. And a prayer that I like to do, especially with being a college athlete and being in college and not being at home, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and it can be very scary. But something that I always pray before I start my race or start my game is just, Lord, be my strength, Lord, be with me, and just letting his courage flow through my words and through my work ethic, and just let his love and his grace and bravery just flow through me. And then finally, how can we use our voices effectively and wisely for the greater good? So courage alone isn't enough. We also need wisdom. And first we need to understand the people and the problem before we speak. So not just saying the first thing that comes to our mind. Like that's not what we should do. We should actually think about and have wisdom before we speak up about something, and think about what we're saying and not just say it based off of feelings and emotion. Actually stopping and thinking about what's going on and thinking before we speak. And then also speaking with purpose, being respectful, clear, Don't just point out what's wrong, but offer ideas and take in what the other person is saying. In conclusion, I hope and pray that the next time that you are faced with the choice to speak up or not, that you are able to have bravery and the confidence to say what's right.